Hey, doing Duff here, and you just saw a picture or some video of my Octopi setup that I completed this week. And like I said, I'm not going to go through a step-by-step setup video regarding the Octopi because there's other videos out there that do a better job than I would. And actually the video that I followed, which I will link below, is from FunKing 3D, I believe. This guy here, that guy. I'll link that video down below. So I just wanted to outline what I did and the parts that I used. Everything that I bought was short of the screws that are used to put the case together. Everything else was bought on Amazon, and again I will have the links to all the parts down below that I bought. In total, probably spent less than $50, I would imagine. Most expensive thing being the Raspberry Pi. So anyways, I just wanted to outline quickly what I did to build the Pi, just to kind of give you an overview. If you're already pretty technically savvy, that might be all you need really, and the information that I have down below in the description. So basically what I did is I bought a Raspberry Pi. I bought an SD card, a 16 gig SD card, link in the description below. I used a tool called Win32 Disk Imager, and basically what I did was I downloaded Octopi from the Octopi website, which is octopi.octoprint.org. A link in the description below. I downloaded that. You download the image, and then I use that Win32 Disk Imager to write the image to the SD card that I bought. And then that SD card that I bought goes into the Octopi. The Octopi, one other thing I did buy is heat sinks for the, I think there's 3 or 4 chips, maybe 3 chips. On the Raspberry Pi, there's some inexpensive copper heat sinks that I put on the chips, I guess just to keep the unit running cooler, and also an external power supply. I bought that as well. And again, that will all be linked below. So SD card goes into the Pi. The Pi goes into the case, the 3D printed case that I printed on my CR-10. And that was actually, that case was designed by Mr. FunKing, and it seems to work good. So the Pi goes into the case. You screw the case together using 4 number 4 1/2-inch screws, and plug in the power supply, and you're pretty much good to go. Well, I shouldn't say that. If you watch the video from FunKing, he'll outline, depending on how you're going to hook your Pi up to the network. In my case, I used hardwire. I directly plugged it into a hub that I have in my hobby room. You can also run it through Wi-Fi. If you're going to hardwire it, you don't have to do anything special at all. If you're going to use Wi-Fi, there's a configuration file on that SD card that you create that you need to modify to put your Wi-Fi information in. So, but in my case, since I'm using a hardwired network connection, I did not have to do that. So anyways, plugged it into my network, allowed it to boot up, and once you know the IP address that you're going to, this is what you wind up with. This is, I am connected to my Octopi. And as you can tell, I also have a video camera hooked up to my Octopi, which was stupid easy. I bought a Logitech C920 Pro HD webcam. Instructions for it. There's a number of webcams you can use for it, but this was one of them that they recommended. And it was literally, if you use that Octopi image, it's literally plug and play. I plugged it in, I loaded the Octoprint UI, and I had a video feed instantaneously, which is great for monitoring the prints. You can also do a time lapse through Octoprint. So it's all kinds of cool things you can do. So again, I'm not going to go into great detail about Octopi and Octoprint because other places do it, but this basically allows you full control over your printer from any device that you have a web browser connection to. You can change the settings of you can preset your hot end temperature, your bed temperature. You can move your axis around if you want to. You can set it to extrude, you can retract, control your motors, you can do all kinds of crap. And there's probably a lot more to it than I know. But the one thing that is cool is you can also upload G-code right from your computer. So I can, if I wanted, I could drag G-code. See, I have a G-code file here. You can upload it to the SD, which takes forever, because what you're basically doing is you're going from the Octopi through the USB connection to the CR-10, which is slow. But if you upload it locally, this goes to the local memory on the SD card. This is the way to do it. You want to just copy it here. So no more shuffling SD cards around. You can just do it all through the Octopi UI, which is cool. It's very handy. And let's see, how do we get out of that? So anyways, yeah, that's what I had to do to get Octopi set up on my Raspberry Pi. It really was not very hard. The other thing I wanted to talk about quickly was I came up with, or I started to mess around with Lithopanes. I saw someone do it, and I thought, man, that must be complicated to do. I mean, to make a picture out of a 3D print. But let me show you what I did. Okay, so if you look at this, it just kind of looks. This is a picture of my my dog Nikki, who passed away a little while ago. Well, not a little while now, over a year ago. But this is a picture that I had taken of her by a friend of mine, and you print it out. You create the file, the STL file, on a website, which I will link below. And then once you get that STL, you need to make sure that it's a positive image. There's an option where you have a negative image or a positive image. You want it to be a positive image. I print it with a raft just to give it some stability. It actually makes a nice stand if you're going to just have this freestanding somewhere. But what happens is when you put it in front of light, let's see if I can do this. So when you put it in front of light, it doesn't show up because the camera is picking up the light on the outside. Wait, there we go. Okay, if I fill it with the image, you can kind of see what happens. It becomes like a black and white version of that picture, which is super cool. Like I said, it's not showing up great here because of camera issues, but you get the idea. As far as printing goes, you need to make sure that you're using 100% infill. Not difficult at all to do something like this, and with the CR-10 you can make something huge if you wanted to, which would be really, really cool. So I think that's it. I haven't gotten my leveling kit yet for my CR-10. That's supposed to be here probably, I don't know, today, early next week, something like that. So that'll be my next adventure to tackle. I'm going to put the lock build that I bought on one of my mirror tiles. So I'm going to do some test printing with the lock build versus the mirror tile. I printed the that Lithopane on a mirror, and it printed fine. And mirrors are nice. I mean, as long as your bed is level and you make sure you're getting good first level adhesion, it's so easy to take the thing off. And you have a nice smooth bottom, and to take it off, I just had to give it a little push, and it came right off. So I do understand why people like printing on mirror tiles. There are definitely some advantages. So anyways, that's all I got for now. Hopefully you found this video interesting. If you did, please take a moment to give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please take a minute to subscribe if you like what you're seeing. If you don't, oh well, I understand. But that's it. Please leave a comment below, and as always, Duffman out.